The world today is loud, reactive, emotionally chaotic, and often cruel. People attack what they don't understand, promote lies louder than truth, and glorify distraction over depth. It's a place where outrage spreads faster than wisdom, and negativity always finds a stage. So how do you survive it without letting it shape you? How do you move through this toxic world without becoming part of the poison? The Stoics had an answer: mental armor. To the Stoics, the key to enduring a hostile world wasn't to escape it. It wasn't to withdraw completely or hide in silence. It was to build an inner fortress, so strong, so principled, so intentional, that nothing external could disturb your core. That's the heart of Stoicism. Not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of strength. In this video, we explore how Stoics survive a toxic world, and how you can build the same mental armor for yourself. Let's begin with the first layer. Control what you consume. The modern world runs on outrage. The news, social media, gossip, advertising, it all competes for your attention, and most of it wants to make you feel anxious, angry, inferior, or addicted. The Stoic doesn't let the outside world dictate the climate of his inner world. He filters what he allows in. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." But in today's world, most people don't even get to that point. They don't react, they're simply triggered. Because their minds are overloaded with toxic input. Mental armor means being intentional about what you watch, what you read, what conversations you entertain, and who you spend time with. Because everything you absorb shapes your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your life. Second, detach from opinions. Everyone has something to say. Everyone wants to tell you what you should do, how you should live, what you should believe. In a toxic world, opinions become weapons, and if you're not careful, you'll become a slave to them. Marcus Aurelius warned, "We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." Mental armor means this: you don't need to win approval. You don't need to be understood by everyone. You don't need to justify yourself to critics who don't live your life. When someone insults you, disagrees with you, mocks you, pause. Ask, is this person living with wisdom, peace, and clarity? If not, why would their words carry weight? Stoics survive a toxic world by placing more value on integrity than image. They seek alignment, not applause. Third, master your emotions. This isn't about bottling them up. It's about not letting them drive your behavior. A toxic world thrives on emotional reactions: outrage, panic, jealousy, resentment. That's how it spreads, not through logic, but through impulsive energy. The Stoic remains calm in chaos. Because calm is a weapon. Seneca wrote, "He who is brave is free." And bravery isn't just about physical danger, it's about emotional mastery. It's standing in the storm and not letting the storm inside you. It's hearing the insult and choosing not to respond. It's watching the drama unfold and choosing not to participate. Your emotions are signals, not commands. Mental armor means reading the signal without obeying the impulse. Fourth, live by values, not feelings. Feelings change. They come and go like the weather. But values, discipline, courage, honesty, restraint, those are constant. In a toxic world, people are guided by emotion. They do what feels good. They avoid what feels hard. They justify their behavior with, That's just how I feel. But the Stoic asks, what's right, not what's easy. Mental armor is built every time you choose principle over impulse. You wake up early, not because you feel like it, but because you're building discipline. You speak the truth, not because it's comfortable, but because it's who you are. You say no to gossip, chaos, and drama, not because you don't feel curiosity, but because you value peace. Your values are your compass in a storm. Without them, you'll be blown in every direction. Fifth, accept what you cannot change. In a toxic world, a lot will go wrong. People will disappoint you. Systems will be unfair. Life won't go according to plan. You can waste your life resisting what is, or you can accept it. Adjust, and respond with strength. This doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of what's not yours to carry. Epictetus taught, make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens. You can't control other people. You can't control the market. You can't control how others treat you. But you can control how you think, how you speak, how you act. That's your battlefield. That's where your energy belongs. Mental armor is choosing peace over resistance. Not because you're passive, but because you're focused. Sixth, practice voluntary hardship. This is one of the most misunderstood parts of Stoicism. Why would you choose discomfort in a world already filled with it? Because the Stoic understands this. If you only train in comfort, you'll break under pressure. Seneca advised practicing poverty, eating simply, wearing plain clothes, not because he had to, but because he wanted to prove to himself that he could survive on less. Today, it might look like this: taking cold showers, fasting occasionally, working without distraction, saying no to temptations, doing the hard thing when no one's watching. Why? Because these moments forge strength. They remind you that you are capable, resilient, and grounded, not dependent on luxury, praise, or pleasure. Mental armor is built in the small, hard moments. That's where you prove to yourself that nothing outside of you controls you. Seventh, seek solitude over stimulation. The toxic world wants you constantly entertained, constantly distracted, constantly online, but strength is built in silence. The Stoics valued solitude, not isolation, but intentional withdrawal, time to think, time to reflect, time to reset your mind. Marcus Aurelius ruled the most powerful empire in the world, and yet he journaled every morning. Alone with his thoughts. You don't need to meditate in a cave. But you do need space, mental space, digital space, emotional space, to connect with yourself. That's how you recharge your armor. That's how you return to your values. That's how you protect your clarity in a world addicted to confusion. Finally, serve something bigger than yourself. A toxic world makes everything about the self, what you want, how you feel, what you deserve. But Stoics knew that lasting strength comes from living for something greater. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your craft. Maybe it's truth, justice, or the next generation. Whatever it is, attach yourself to it. Let it guide your decisions. Let it remind you that your life is not just about how you feel today, but about who you're becoming long-term. When you serve something higher, small problems become smaller, petty insults fade, temptations weaken, your vision sharpens, and in that, you become unshakable. Let's recap. Here are the 8 layers of mental armor Stoics used to survive a toxic world. 1. Control what you consume. Be intentional with your input. 2. Detach from opinions. Protect your mind from external judgment. 3. Master your emotions. Respond. Don't react. 4. Live by values, not feelings. Act with discipline. 5. Accept what you cannot change. Channel your energy where it matters. 6. Practice voluntary hardship. Train in adversity. 7. Seek solitude. Make space to think. 8. Serve something greater. Live for more than yourself. The world will not get less toxic. But you can get stronger. You can build your mental armor. You can walk through fire and remain composed. You can speak with clarity when others scream. You can act with virtue when others fold under pressure. That's Stoic temper. That's the power of mental armor. And that's the kind of strength this world desperately needs.